Hello friends, this is Ryan Hicks of TaughtToProfit.com. Today I want to give you the first video in the Destroying the Poverty Mentality series. This video is based on an argument people have against money, which is a weird argument because every one of these people I've ever met doesn't actually do what they're suggesting people who have money should do. So they're hypocrites. But they're too deluded and too absorbed in their self-righteousness. And I say self-righteousness, and it's just a feigned sense of righteousness. It's not real righteousness. They pretend righteousness. They pretend to be concerned about an issue that they don't even practice their own suggestions. And this foolish argument is, well, if you do not love money, then you shouldn't have any problem giving it all away. If you were really wealthy, then you couldn't stay wealthy because you'd give it all away. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? And this is based on a misunderstanding of 1 Timothy 6:10, which says, for the love of money is the root of all evil. Let me stop right there. Obvious thing I shouldn't have to say, but I hear people all the time say that money is the root of all evil. The verse never says that. Nowhere in the Bible does it say that. It says the love of money. Money by itself is neutral. It's just a thing. It's a possession. It is something that we use in exchange for goods or services. It's nothing by itself. And if people didn't accept that, if they turned against money and said it didn't view it as worthy of trade, then it would be worth nothing at all. It wouldn't have evil or good behind it at all. It would be just rejected. It's just a neutral thing. How you use it can be evil, but money by itself is not the root of all evil. It's the love of money. 1 Timothy 6:10, for the love of money is the root of all evil, which, while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. And so the idea is that, well, if you didn't really love money, then you just give it all away. And these same people don't give all their money away. I've had people mention this to me before and say, okay, well, how much money do you have right now? Well, I have $10. Why do you have $10 to your name? Why haven't you given it all away? And it's interesting because well, I have to buy food, I have to do. Okay, maybe the wealthy person has to buy something too. Maybe they have more important things they have to spend their money on than your little trivial concerns only about yourself. And this is where it really gets down to. These individuals really covet money, which is what this verse is against. It's not against money. It's against people coveting after the money. They err from the faith. They pierce themselves through with many sorrows because they love money. I guarantee if you offered these people $1 million, they would take it in an instant. But if money's the big problem, you got to give it all away, then why would they take that money? Why would they want to put themselves in the position of a stumbling block of money because money's so awful and so evil? And meanwhile, every one of them would take money, and every one of them has some money to them or some possessions they haven't given away. And I've asked these same people, well, have you ever sold everything? No. And this is a real root of poverty mentality in many people, that they really think that having any amount of money, now it's always some arbitrary number, because that person with $10 in their pocket thinks they're all right, everything's right with them. But the person has $1,000 in their pocket, well, that's wrong and evil. And what's the difference? What if somebody only has $1 in their pocket? Maybe the person with $10 in their pocket and the person with $1,000 in their pocket are both evil to them. I mean, that's the kind of arbitrary nonsense you get into. And none of it is truthfulness. The reality is, if you love money, then that's the problem. And just because you have wealth does not mean you love money. And I've seen numerous people who are poor who love money far more than people who are rich. And many times that's the exact issue that goes on. This idea that you have to give away all your money. And many wealthy people do. They give way more than their poor counterparts. Now people will say, well, they can because they have a lot of money. But many of those wealthy people have been doing that since they were poor. See, they just didn't wake up one day rich. Now some people may have, because they were born into a wealthy family or whatever, but that's not the majority of people. The majority of people with any kind of wealth have done it by being self-made. They've earned the money, first generation wealth. And many of them, back when they had only $5 to their name, were giving $1 or giving $2 or giving all. And they constantly did that. And through their hard effort and their diligence and their wisdom and being taught to profit by God and being given witty inventions and intelligence and wisdom from God, they built themselves up to having great wealth. And their intention and their actions are of giving. They've always been of giving. Just now they have more to give. But that person that's out there looking at everybody's pocket trying to see how much money they might have and which amount is good and which amount means you're loving money, those people never do anything. They never accomplish anything. And then when they do give their money, it's always some strings attached, or they go start and they get on the mountaintops and start blasting a bugle. I gave $5 today. Look how great I am. And it's always that kind of nonsense. But that kind of poverty mentality will keep you poor. And then if you really cared about giving, if you truly had any concern about helping other people, you can't do that when you're poor. You are so limited in your abilities, so limited in what you can do when you're poor as far as helping other people. It's a foolish thing to be in. You don't want to be stuck in poverty. You don't want to be stuck in this middle class mindset either, which is poverty mentality with a little bit of money added to it. You want to get out of that mentality and have an abundance mentality. And then when you have that abundance, you can help so many more people. And you don't have to have this feigned righteousness, this pretending you're somehow so holy because you have nothing, as if your nothingness, your failure, your poverty is indication of some sort of spirituality, when all it is indication of your laziness, your unwillingness to learn, your unwillingness to seek God for wisdom, your unwillingness to get any kind of guidance in your life, and your unwillingness to be diligent, hardworking, industrious, and actually have faith in God to provide everything you need and in abundance so you can help other people. So my friends, I pray it's been a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.